Goosebumps is rated Y7 because it may be too spooky for kids under 7.
PopArena did it again, and I think he's doing it earlier because you'd figure it will be like, the end of the month, but he did it week 2. No idea. Let me just say another note is I am not sure when it comes to Goosebumps episodes on YouTube. There's one guy who's been there for 2 years. He's like at 2 years and he did it. And I know basically Scholastic did a crackdown years upon years to make sure that there's no episodes on YouTube. That's a good job, man, but could did the best thing ever, which is put it on YouTube and put ads on it. It'll be like watching it on TV all over again, which would be kind of cool. But yeah, so his is kind of crap. You can't hear the audio. You can't even comment because it's been disabled. And it's like, yeah, you suck, right? It's like, dude, you freaking damn suck, right? So, anyways, yeah, just know that it was kind of hard to actually do this. I mean, now you're forced to actually go to a streaming service and do it instead of the nice little thing of being able to just do it with YouTube, period. Yeah. I mean, Scholastic, you're okay, Scholastic. I'm okay with you, but I'm just saying this is not the real way to do things, man. I know it might be on Netflix and that's good for you, but do the right thing. Get more money by putting it on YouTube as well. Just saying. Anyways, we have Cuckoo Clock of Doom. And I'm going to tell you the episode version of it and the TV show. Well, sorry, the book version of it and the TV show version of it. Let's get started. So we got you got Michael Weber, and of course his sister Terra, and well, Mike is the doormat, Mike the doormat. So Mike actually gets blamed for Terra's misdeeds. Terra stomps on his foot. The dad is like, pipe down in there. Like she has that strength to do anything. And days ago on his birthday, he has a bike and she jumps on it and kinda do some damage on it. Not to mention, she also tells his crush, Mona, that yeah, he likes you. Not to mention, she also trips him and the cake gets in his face. And she also opens his damn presents. What the frick, man? I mean, I think Stewie did that once. Yeah, I think Stewie definitely did that once, and I think someone else did it once. I don't remember who else. So let's see. Terra actually, so some days ago, which I can understand in the episode version why they didn't do it, because, well, you know how it is. Episode, real people sometimes can't do what normal people do. And what's even crazier is that when it comes to Nickel Flicks, one thing PopArena's doing, and he also mentioned in a few of the videos that he did, few of the shows that happened on Nickelodeon, that it was demeaning to have your underwear in front of a live studio audience, be it in front of people and on TV. That's kind of truly embarrassing. So we can understand why that didn't actually make it into the episode. Yeah, so he was gonna go into a frog costume because, well, they're gonna have a school play, and she opened the door. Tara did, and Mona got to see him in his underwear. What the fuck, Mona? What the fuck, Tara? What the fuck? Tara stole that hat from a school bully. Of course, you know what happens. He gets beaten up because of that instead of the right thing to do, which is they go after the little girl and terrorize the little girls. Like, it makes perfect sense. How come I don't see it? Like, for instance, I know I'm jumping, but let's just look at what happened to Lisa Simpson. Lisa, in the episode where Bart actually supposed to loan Kung Fu, but instead he doesn't. He goes to the arcade instead. Lisa's saxophone is taken, and they're playing Keep Away," and it's like, oh, does that not exist? And yeah, Bart got beaten the frick out of himself, but on the other hand, it's still kind of the fact of they did actually victimize Lisa. And I'm pretty sure they could have victimized that little damn girl. But instead, no, we're gonna beat up your older brother, even though it's like, no, terrorize the little girl, scare the hell out of her. That makes perfect sense. The brother has nothing to do. The brother should be like, hey, stop it. Instead of, we're gonna beat your ass, man. She took our hat. It's like, Yeah, pretty sure you should have went for the little girl. Don't even know why in the world you. Anyways, finally, after some time, the price dropped on a cuckoo clock the dad's been eyeing, and finally he got it from Anthony Antiques. The clock actually has dials on it. Apparently, it's enchanted from Germany. That's what the dad knows. Apparently, yeah. So it's kind of funny that the episode version is a bit different from the book version. The book version, they're like, it's enchanted by a somewhat wizard from long ago, and it was in from Germany. And it's like, okay. Terra touches the clock, and Mike gets blamed for it. Mike decides to frame her, and since he framed her, because he decided to turn the cuckoo clock's head, the cuckoo on the clock, its head turned backwards. So does that mean that if you turn it forwards in the forward motion, that means that you actually go forward in time? Ooh. Of course, that would be a lot simpler, right? It's like if he goes forward in time, it would be a lot simpler because that still would have the cuckoo clock, unless it's like, I'm an old man and I had to get rid of my stuff and I didn't think you liked it anyway, so I sold it. And it's like, oh, you sold it, you little freaking dumb bastard geezer. Oh man, that would be cool to see the reverse version of the Cuckoo Clock of Doom. That would be something cool. So yeah, he frames her, and now it's his birthday again, and bad stuff still happens from what happened previously that I talked about. And then it goes back to days before, where he got exposed again thanks to freaking. And he actually tried to be proactive. He closed the door, locked the door, but the lock was broken and still got screwed over. Yeah, it's like you should have actually made even extra precautions. So even though you lock the door, get the freaking stool you have in your room or the freaking chair and nudge it. So there you go. I mean, you have to be super proactive on that. But most likely what happened is that the chair apparently is kind of rotten and crap. So that means that as soon as she actually pushed open the door, the chair broke and then there you go again. I mean, it seems like it's inevitable. Then, of course, days before again, where Terra actually stole the bully's hat, and he forgot. This day he actually forgot about the whole hat business, and he got beaten up. And it's like, oh right. Psh, psh, psh. So he tries to tell his parents. I think he told his parents 2 times, and then the second time this happens where the parent and freaking Terra decides to pull a prank, and somehow, PopArena has a good point. Somehow they're able to actually speak backwards without any practicing. I mean, damn, it's even hard to be like Ivan Ekniaj, Ivan Ekniaj, Ivan Ekniaj, Ekniaj. And I didn't understand it until like they actually played it back for me instead of actually writing it down. Like Ivan Ekniaj. Join the Navy. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, seriously. Can you argue? And not even that. Like, for instance, the Missy Elliott song, "It'll work, it with circuit, the rain, I'm with circuit, I'm fucking never banana." It's like, yeah, that whatever MTV thing was where they actually show you the lyrics how they did it. It turns out that no, if we with the banana was actually saying something to reverse it too. It's like, yeah, so she was actually saying what she was saying already in reverse. And it's like, oh, it's like, yeah, unless you're actually able to write the whole entire thing, you won't really know. So it's like, yeah, it takes lots of time and freaking. Yeah, good news is that, yeah, that's been cut out from the episode because the writers kind of know what the frick they're doing. No offense to R.L. Stein, but I'm just saying the writers actually know it's like, that doesn't make sense. And plus, now we have to get our actors to do it. And it's like, we're going to get our actors to actually do this crap. Not to mention, oh, we'll get into the episode. Okay. So let's see, Mike actually pulled a prank on him. They all went in reverse, and now it's a few years. Now it's 5 years later. He's now a 7-year-old, but TV show is 6-year-old. Oh yeah, he's 6 turning 7. I think that was it. Or no, he was he's 5 turning 6. Ah, whatever. Anyways, yeah, the episode actually completely goes weird on this one. But anyways, they kind of have the ballpark. So a few years now, and he tries to go to Anthony's Antiques. He ditches school, so you know what happens when it comes to the TV show in school, right? if they don't really have to actually have that, they won't put it in the episode. Yeah, so he goes on the bus, and the bus driver's like, "Aren't you a little young?" He's like, "Oh, would you shit up and drive?" It's like, "Oh my gosh, that's a good one." So apparently they're close for vacation, and years flip still, and now he's a baby. Lucky there's a visit. He actually got to fix it, and everything turns white. It's his birthday again. Tara's nowhere to be found, and he know it's like, yeah, there's one thing different about the episode in the TV version. I mean, the book and TV episode version is that in the book version, it is Michael who notices that 1988 is missing, which is pretty funny. And well, I'm gonna do an extra video that actually talks about the repercussions of what happened since 1988 does not exist. And what's even crazier is that apparently I have to do more spin-off ones, or I'm gonna put them all together. Where 1996 never happened and 2008 never happened. Yeah, if 2008 never happened, I think I would actually be a little bit safer right now. It's like, yeah, I would. Well, not really. It's a gray area where it's like, so do I graduate and go somewhere else, or I don't understand. It's like, I don't understand. Does it actually affect people who, I don't know. Anyways, now we get to the book version. Book version, I mean, the episode version. Episode version, Michael actually is playing ball while walking down the street going home. He's listening to his Walkman, and well, it turns out, well, of course, his sister's actually stalking his ass for some reason. And he sees traces of blood. He sees blood on the ground. He follows the trail of blood, and then all of a sudden, there's a snake. Ah! And it's like, ah! And then it turns out his sister has friends. She has friends? Yeah, she has two friends. So in this version, she's a little bit more toned down a little bit. She's a little bit toned down. She won't actually do some violent crap. And now she has two friends. So, yay, I guess. I mean, it looks like those two actually are just kind of stooges. Yeah, so basically she has a clique where it's like most likely if she does do messed up crime or crap, she'll have these two accomplices. So, anyways, yeah, so she sprays him with blood, fake blood on his face, and then runs home. And then as soon as she runs home, she's like, "Oh, mommy, he he's been bothering me." And then the mom takes her side, and she's like, "What's this?" And it's like, because she had the fake blood, she dropped it. He brought the fake blood home, so he's basically got framed right there. And here's the messed up part: is that the mom did not hear her say, and she said it loudly. She didn't whisper it. She said it loudly. And she whispered it. I'm like, you no bastard. But she actually didn't whisper it. She said it aloud. And got you good this time, didn't you? Didn't I? Just like in your birthday. It's like, where the hell was the mom at this point? I'm pretty sure the mom walking away maybe kind of should have heard a little bit, and she should have actually came and said, "What did you say, honey?" Because yeah, it's like, I kind of want to hear what you had to say, and most likely she would have lied. So, anyways, I do have to admit though, the flashbacking. I'm pretty sure when it comes to the TV show, this is the only time they actually flashback in a TV show. I'm pretty sure this might actually been the only time, or if not just the first time, because this is like episode 3. Either way, it's like, I'm pretty sure when it comes to flashbacks, besides sequels, but I don't think sequels should count. Like for instance, More Monster Blood, that most likely had a flashback. um not Haunted Mask, Say Cheese and Die Again, that had a flashback. So yeah, but it's sequels. This one actually has no sequel or anything to it. It's just a one-off. And it's like, so this is the only flashback there is, right? I mean, this is the first flashback ever, and only, most likely only in Goosebumps, which not really, but without any provoking of being like, oh, remember what happened last time? Anyways, let's continue on. So we get flashback to the birthday party, and apparently we get to see like some of the presents, and he got to open the presents. She didn't open them. Terra didn't open any of them, so she's actually a little bit nicer in this one, even though that's saying a bit much. So he actually got so Moan actually likes CDs, and she gave him a CD beforehand. Apparently he threw it away, and well, the girl, the freaking damn little sister, had to tell him, hey, yeah, he threw that CD away, but he won't throw this one away because he got a crush on you. Ooh. And Mike actually tries to get her out, his mom, because he went to the kitchen, and or I don't know, I don't really understand. It's like it was, I think they were in the kitchen, but on the other hand, now in the other version, it's like the version that happens later, they're actually outside. It's like, okay, I'm confused. Or I don't know. Maybe he actually went there before. Let's continue on. So he tried to actually tell his mom that, hey, she needs to get the frick out of here. It's like, seriously, it's my party. So it carries the cake out. The cake actually, in the book version, is brown. In this version, the episode, it actually is blue and yellow, or it's blue and yellow. Yeah, so this, cake differences. It's like, yeah, why in the world is the cake different? I'm pretty sure if you bake a cake, you can easily get it to be brown. I mean, what? There's a chocolate shortage in Canada? It's like, yeah, that's as likely as maple syrup shortage in Canada. Just saying. So let's see. Oh yes, the clock actually got delivered. We actually get to see the delivery because two people actually had to put it in the house. The mom says it's ugly. Ouch. And the dad actually, instead of saying, oh, Germany and magical powers and stuff like that, instead it's more like 100 100 years ago, a magic spell was put on this clock. And if you actually know how to use it, you can go back in time. That's all he says. He doesn't say anything about Germany. Don't know why. Terra did touch it, and the same thing that happened in the thing. It's like she touched it. It's like, no, 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 don't touch it. And then she gets caught later on trying to touch it, and then Mike actually goes for the frame up, and of course, like usual, the birthday again. He's freaking out. He tries to be proactive, but not really. He tries telling his parents. His parents actually are pleasant. It's like, yeah, in the book version, should I make a different? Nah, I don't know if I should even make a different video. Just the fact of how crappy his parents are. I mean, the parents are reverse Matilda. It's like the parents are reverse Matilda. Because in Matilda, the movie, I know, the book, it's like, oh, the book is different from the movie, man. And I'm like, listen, the movie was freaking awesome. Danny DeVito actually directed it so you can get shot. It's like, yeah, if you hate Danny DeVito, get off here. Get the hell out of here. But anyways, in the movie, the parents actually treated the firstborn right, and they didn't even want the freaking secondborn. The secondborn was actually left in a car for like a few hours. Yeah, I know, messed up, right? It's like they didn't want Matilda, but they kind of are taking care of Matilda, but they don't like Matilda, and they don't even notice that Matilda actually has some brilliance behind her. And when it came to the farewell, they didn't want to get rid of her. But on the other hand, they said, okay, sure, because sure. Yeah, it's like it wasn't really a big much of a fight because, well, not to mention the speedboat salesmen. So you understand what I'm talking about, right? Just the fact of is reverse Matilda. Instead of the firstborn getting love, the secondborn getting love. Even though it's kind of weird considering in the book and episode, you kind of see, well, in the episode, they're pleasant parents. In the book, you can see that before they had Terra, he was actually treated decently, I think. So, anyways, let's see. So, tries to tell the parents, their present parents. He gets so this is one thing they added into this. It's a nightmare scene, and they actually made Terra a cuckoo clock. Yeah, make sure you watch that in the episode, which technically I think you can see in the promo. Mom checks up on him. It turns out it's his 6th birthday. The dad has hair again because the dad was actually kind of bald ish. It's like what it was just like what Corey Zamir always says. It's like that George Costanza hair. Yeah, that. He had that, and now he has a full head of hair. And it's like, do you think he actually shaved his head or something? It's like, it's like, I'm pretty sure they actually had hair extensions on him. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It makes sense. And Terra actually is not there, but they think is his imaginary friend. It's like imaginary friend. Oh my gosh, he would be the worst imaginary friend ever. My best friend is invisible. Shows how messed up imaginary friend really is. Even though he's not even imaginary, he's invisible. So he has a grumpy morning with the freaking so they got a clown, and this is amazing where it's like how the frick if it was hard for them to get kids in Bride of the Living Dummy because they did shows, but instead they cut those shows scenes out of the freaking episode. And there's like another one that's like, yeah, they supposed to have a bunch of kids, and yet they weren't able to do that. But in this episode, this is episode 3, in the very beginning, they were able to get a bunch of kids. They were able to get a bunch of kids for his 12th birthday, and then a bunch of kids on his 6th birthday. It's like, how the frick were you able to do that? But later on, when you do need to have that, even though it's like maybe the freaking maybe the scene was not even important to the plot or in the story, and I'm like, yeah, but still though, kind of at least like you to attempt to do it. So, anyways, yeah, they got a bunch of kids, and it's kind of funny how the kid, it's like he's gonna run to the store, he's gonna run to the freaking antique shop, and he told the freaking kids because it's kind of funny. They're the kids that's from the 12th birthday, but littler now, and he's like, okay, I'll let you guys keep my presents if you want, just don't tell them that I left, and they ratted him out. It's like, and they ratted him out after we find out a stranger follows him, and I'm on, the stranger. Is the stranger the freaking wizard guy? He's like, yeah, it's weird that that guy is following that little kid. I mean, seriously, it's like even in the 90s, you got Stranger Danger, and it's like that's a so Stranger Danger is not even funny. And why in the world did you ask the kid, do you know what the time is? It's like, what the frick? And it seems to me that he most likely is a freaking wizard and he's messing with this kid. I'm pretty sure he is messing with this freaking damn kid. It would be cool to actually see him mess with him even more, but we don't get that. Like for instance, yeah, just like Spider in um Say Cheese and Die, even though he shows up sometimes and in Say Cheese and Die again, episode version, Spider shows up, and then in the sequel, it's more like maybe the Grim Reaper. I'm not sure, but it's like, yeah, it would be cool to actually see that guy, that weird, strange guy, just shows up in many freaking scenes. And it's like, what the fuck is going on with this guy over here? It's like, he must know. He's a freaking magician. He's a freaking wizard that made that clock. And he most likely knows what's going on here. And he's just watching and laughing, or Seeger just watching and just observing him. And it's like, what the frick? I guess it might have been a long time since I actually got to observe someone messing with his clock, but I don't know, man. It's like, what the like, seriously. So, anyways, yeah, it's kind of funny that at bedtime, what book are they reading? Clifford. Yeah, because it's scholastic, and yeah, that's funny. That's freaking funny. I never actually realized that. So apparently he's been reading for 2 hours, and then as soon as they finally said, "Oh, go to bed," he's now a baby, and it's like, "Oh, frick!" And well, apparently the mom went from brunette all the way to blonde. So I guess she dyed her hair when she was a baby, and then she finally actually said, "Oh, I'm gonna go natural and go brunette." I don't know, man. It's like, and not to mention, man, it's like she's hot. It's like, yeah, the mom's freaking damn hot. I'm sorry, but I have to say it. It's like the mom is kind of hot. Okay, let's get to you on. Let's get to you on. So eventually, as a baby, he tries his best to actually get them to go to the antique shop. And thank goodness the dad actually is like, yeah, I want to go to the antique shop, go downtown and get some fresh air. And so they all get to walk out of town to the antique shop, and he tries, and we actually see for ourselves that 88 got knocked off by him by accident. And well, he was able to get him because they were like, oh my gosh, get that bird. And he was able to turn the cuckoo clock. They grabbed him, and then he got thrown back. Instead of it turned into a white screen or whatever, and now it's his birthday again, he got thrown back and came back to where he actually touched the cuckoo clock. Not in the nighttime, but I think it's like daytime. So it's like the next day, I think. So he was thrown back, and Mike actually is happy, but there's no Terra. And of course, we can see in the episode version of this is that her room used to be his office, and now is still the dad's office. And like crazy enough, and unlike the book version, it was the dad who found the imperfection of, hey, 88 is missing. Huh. And that's it. That's the comparison between both of them. When it comes to it, it's like, yeah, in the book version, Terra is completely a crazy not moron. She's a crazy psycho. While in the episode version, she is messed up, but she was toned down. And she got two friends. It's like, and she got two friends. But she got toned down, and there was like some things that was taken away. They added a nightmare scene, which was it really necessary? Kinda is if they're gonna cut out the underwear scene, cut out the the prank of the freaking bully punching the crap out of him. Lots of stuff that they actually did, but I think it was actually okay when it came to the episode version. But anyways, yeah, there you go. There's the differences. There is the comparisons between both of them. They both actually are. It stays true to the book. It's just that there's just some things that they had to tone back on. And I wonder, is that exactly they could have done with the first Night of Living Dummy instead of going gun ho and actually doing the book? It's like doing it exactly as it was seen in the freaking book. That's what they did. They heard a dog. The freaking Mr. Wood was abusive, and well, it got too scary, and they freaking made sure it's banned and it's never seen again. And well, you know how it is. If a freaking episode's banned, and most likely they'll never see it again, and if they even dare to put it on VHS, freaking parents are gonna freaking revolt and riot and crap. So it's like, well, we have to get rid of this episode, and the episode is forever a lost episode. Unless, someone actually, because I'm pretty sure we had the freaking. We were one of the groups that actually got a special viewing on Sunday at 8 p.m. And whoever actually taped it, they have the freaking episode. It's just that they don't know they have the episode. I just have to continue on pushing and finding someone someday actually able to correct me that no, or correct me, actually say yes, you're correct, and I have the video here to prove it. And if we do have the video, then that means that we can easily upload it, and then we have a lost episode that needs to be seen by all, even though it will not make sense considering,